he wanted to stay. That's why they made the trade. Because he was going to sign an extension, but...
So X, I didn't realize I was doing as well as I was when I said I'm doing all right. This game mode is the greatest thing they ever released in COD. Holy fuck.
What is it?
It's special mosh pit, so you basically turn yourself into Superman by picking up like power-ups, but there's no skill based.
Oh.
An MW3, right?
Yeah, and it was like every
I
time
feel
you
like I
didn't get
remember
a
that,
kill
but
in
it
a
was
certain, if
boys
you didn't get a
standard.
kill
It
in a
was
certain
like,
amount of time, like
Yeah,
like
it's kind of
I-
like it's kind of like
Boys.
cranked, except you don't
Wait,
actually die; you just lose your power-ups.
Hey Danny, do you want us to skip the 49ers game? There's really not much to talk about.
I mean, we can briefly talk about it.
There's
I mean,
not.
us four were playing
Also,
linebacker for those poor guys.
I won't be able to say anything about the Rams and Bears game because I was at work during it. So
That's fine.
Also did not. Well, I just watched the ending of it.
who led the Niners in? Jesus Christ, I hate Ayuk.
Wait, who led the
Jake
Niners?
Tonjes in the biggest game of the season is your leading receiver because 11 is speeding outside
Brock,
Levi's.
by the way, Brock Purdy was your leading rusher. What you have CMC in the back?
I need to find the stat. I saw a stat that disgusted me after the game. Like, I was legit disgusted. Where is it?
Nah, but Jim, I've probably played like 20 games of this game mode
Yeah.
over like the weekend and like the probably 5 I've played today, and I've went on 2 or 3 20 streaks.
Damn.
Look at what I said in the Discord chat, X. I saw that after the game and was sick to my stomach.
How hard is it for you, baby?
Yeah, I didn't even feel like I was doing that good.
What?
I was 33-9.
What? That's criminal. We're live, by the way.
Yeah.
18? 17?
18.
Alrighty.
Dick day.
My game just ended. I'll hop off COD so we can run it.
I'm gonna double check that we're actually live. You waited, but I never came.
Are you guys still scrimming, JMO?
No.
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Racist. That boy, sorry. Dude, I got like the best video ever from Lando today.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, that's my guy. So I went like this to my camera.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent me that. I was like, yeah, Lando's my guy, bro. I also sent Lando like me rapping like an entire song to him because he needed motivation to go to the gym today.
Oh, the gym was so nice today. I love the gym.
He's like, give me motivation.
37.
So I
Dude.
sent him me rapping a whole song.
Bills didn't have a single sack. Did I see that?
Yeah, Bills didn't have a single sack, nor did the Rams.
Do you guys think Carlos Beltran goes in the Hall of Fame as a Giant?
Shut up.
44 games, absolutely not.
The Giants sent out like a press release congratulating him. And they did their stupid hashtag forever Giant thing.
Dick dad.
Beltran, Andrew Jones. Oh, only 2 have gotten in so far?
Yeah, I think those might be the only 2.
Yeah, they are. Pedroia went down in percentage, I think, is what I saw, which is stupid.
I don't think Pedroia is going to make it, which sucks, just for vibes purposes.
Just for bias purposes.
That's my guy, bro.
I don't think Manny's going to make it either.
Wait,
If
you needed
Pedroia,
you
if
needed
Pedroia was
70% to get in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way. Chase Utley
Yeah,
was
Utley was
0.6% away.
just off. If Pedroia was 6 foot tall, he would have been like second ballot. Not even trolling when I say that either. Hunter Pence got 2
Manny
votes.
Ramirez
What?
low key should, because doesn't he like lead like all time home runs in the postseason? Or am I tripping for
Roids.
that?
Roids.
No. Boston players never took roids.
That's literally the only
David
reason he's not
Ortiz
gonna
took
make it.
roids, by the way.
No, he did not.
David
Shut
Ortiz
up.
has a
Dude,
positive
I'm sorry.
PED
I'm
test.
sorry, but the fact that David Ortiz got in and Barry Bonds didn't is criminal.
In fact, Pete Rose didn't get it in his criminal.
That
by the way.
too. That too. The fact that Pete Rose didn't get in is criminal also.
It's not like he was gambling on his team to lose, bro. He's literally betting on himself to win.
I don't know
Did
if
as
it's
a
a
coach,
hot
to be
take,
fair.
but Cole Hamels should get in before Felix Hernandez. All Felix Hernandez has over Cole Hamels is the one Cy Young. Outside of that 1 year, Cole Hamels was better over his career.
Dude,
Alright,
like
Grandma.
Mike Piazza's in the Hall of Fame. That dude was sweating roids.
Are we ready?
Indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 17 of the Locker Room
18.
Podcast. 18 of the Locker Room Pod. Restart. Rewind. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 18. Number 18 of the Locker Room Podcast. I'm once again joined by my wonderful co-hosts, Danny, X, and Rick. We're gonna skip Danny's team, this week.
Thank you.
They didn't even play anyways. Like they were still on the plane. The plane never landed, and
That's a
the plane
forfeit.
never landed in Seattle. Yeah, it's basically a forfeit. But other than that game, the other 3 games were phenomenal in my
Shout
opinion.
out Eddie Pinheiro.
Real. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this one. We got some Super Bowl predictions and other stuff like that coming your guys' way. But X, what do you think of the games this weekend, man?
Freaking phenomenal. Bias aside, I think all 3 games, or all 4 games. Oh wait, 3 games, because we're not counting the other one. Were pretty good. 2 of them went to overtime. One of them I had to be a little bit biased. Great game. I don't know. Games this week are really entertaining. This playoff has been really entertaining. It's kind of nice when there's not this one team paying the rest of the entire playoffs and just running through last minute of the last 13 seconds of the game. But
Yeah.
a lot
Wonder who you're
to-
talking about there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed all the games this week, except for the other one, that one that we're not talking about. And Caleb Williams is still a fraud.
Absolutely.
How you doing, Rick?
I'm doing good. I think this weekend was a pretty good example of when your quarterback, no matter how good they are, turns the ball over. It makes it much harder for your team to win the game. There was some really bad quarterback play this weekend, but also some really good quarterback play.
There's a lot of good
from-
defensive play this weekend.
Yeah. I think both. I think bad quarterback play. I think C.J. Stroud, for example, we'll talk about it more when we get to that game, but I think he was atrocious this weekend.
Somehow worse than the stats said.
Yeah.
On top
Yeah.
of it.
Just glad I don't have to hear about Caleb Williams anymore this year. Bar.
Saying, man.
That's what I'm saying. Danny, how you doing, bro?
Jesus. There's this
Hey, at
was
least-
a very.
At least you got to play
weird
one more
year.
week, Danny.
Yeah, this was a very weird year. One of the weirdest sports years I've ever seen from a team. They just magically kept winning, and then every time they played Mike McDonald, Shanahan just got alphaed. They scored I think 2 touchdowns on them this entire year, and they were both week 1, so that's not fun. And then the Niners season's over, so I'm finally I can watch some Warriors basketball. And the very first game without the Niners, Jimmy Butler tears his ACL.
man.
And guess
Against
who
the
was
former team.
Guess who was courtside? Guess who was courtside? Christian
I've heard it.
McCaffrey, bro.
It's a curse.
Christian
it's a curse.
McCaffrey
Wait,
is
it's a curse.
siphoning basketball players.
It's a curse, bro. No, actually,
So-
Jimmy Butler is one of my favorite players in the league. It's actually so sad.
Yes, when that happened, I was that's one of
Yeah.
the worst. That's some of the worst feelings
It's
I've
like-
ever
it's like-
had
it's
It
as
was
a
such a
sports fan.
weird tear
It's
too.
Clay.
Like it's not like
Clay in
he.
19.
it's not even like he landed on it weird or anything.
No,
you know,
he
like
landed
just
completely normally, and it just
yeah, and it
exploded.
wasn't like he jumped super high or landed super. It just.
It
So I'm
just
wondering if there was maybe a little something like, maybe it was
maybe
already like or not tender, but you know what I'm saying.
he is Captain Soreness. Or,
Yeah.
J-Mo, how you doing, bro?
overall, I think I'm kind of happy with how the Niners played this year.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be a retooling year. So the
Shout out
fact that they
Brandon
won
Ayuk.
12 games was kind of nice. I don't. We need to ban him from being mentioned on this podcast. He's worse than Jake Moody. And then did you see what came out about Ayuk today?
What
Mm-mm.
came out about
There's
Ayuk
an
today?
there was an Ayuk fan account that a Niners fan made, and Ayuk like gassed him up, said, "I'm gonna send you all my merch when it drops. You're gonna get my merch for free, and I'm gonna send you money to run this account." And Ayuk never gave him anything.
Ooh.
So like he could just. I hope he has fun on the Titans next year. I hope he has fun.
I don't want him to be a Titan.
Please
next year.
send him to the Jets. Please.
Yeah, send him
Go
to the
to the
Jets.
Jets.
What about the
Not
Raiders?
Tennessee.
What about the Raiders?
I don't even care anymore. Just send him somewhere where he can never play a playoff game again. No, don't send him to the Raiders because he has Fernando Mendoza.
That guy's not
Welcome
good.
to Indianapolis, Mr. Brandon Ayuk.
Welcome to New England.
Good team, by the way. My Super Bowl pick for
Huh?
next year.
LOL. Without a quarterback? Okay.
Phil Rivers going back. Bring Matt Ryan out of retirement.
I wouldn't put it past him, honestly.
J-Mo, how you doing, bro?
But doing good, man. Had a nice little gym session beforehand. Just vibing. The games were pretty fun to watch for the most part. I mean, this has probably been like some of the closest playoff games we've had in a long time, like consistently throughout all the rounds. I could be tripping, but it's been a very entertaining playoff and a very like just well, honestly, outside of like a game and a half, like the games have been down to the fourth quarter, within
One
two.
drive.
Yeah, that's all been within like a drive. So
There's been 2.5 close or 2.5 blowouts or not close games. I should
what was
say.
the first one?
Hey,
Steelers Texans.
Oh yeah, yeah.
J-Mo.
Steelers Texans.
That
Niners,
wasn't even like a
Seahawks, and
blowout. It's just the Steelers.
The score
had
ended
no
up being
offense.
bad,
Yeah.
but like it was
Yeah.
relative. And then Patriots Chargers was a 13-point game, but like
J-Mo,
What?
I want you to imagine your quarterback being Carson Beck next year. Don't worry.
I would absolutely jump off a bridge in Minecraft. I'd build really high and just jump with no broom. Like, we don't have a first round pick, so I don't have to worry about that. So we're all good there.
He's not going to be a first round pick.
I don't think he
Wait,
should be picked at all.
Who'd you go and grab? And gave away your first round picks for?
Sauce Gardner.
And how many
best
games
corner
did
in
you
the
win?
NFL, by the way.
How many games did you win
Uh,
after
none.
acquiring Sauce Gardner?
We didn't win a game after the bye week. It's almost like I said that and nobody listened to me. I said we're going 8-9. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're coping, you're coping." I'm like, "No, we're not winning another game," and I was right.
Almost beat the Niners, by the way.
Yeah,
Alright.
almost
Kyle
beat the
Shanahan
Chiefs
got
too,
out
but,
fed yet again.
Let's start with
I think we should start with Sean McDermott getting fired. Do we agree with that?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
he should have been the only one fired though.
I think
They
I
should
agree.
they should have cleaned house.
Yeah.
the GM. Yeah.
I do think it's funny that there's been like 4 years now where the playoff loss was on McDermott, and
In
he
the
did
one
get
year-
fired.
in the
And then
one
the
year-
I don't
one
know. I'm
year,
gonna be. I don't know how McDermott's catching the blame for this loss though.
yeah, this
Yeah,
was the
it's not-
one
it's
year
not
that
on
it
him.
was
This was-
not his fault.
This was the one playoff loss where I'm gonna be honest. I'm not blaming anyone on that roster except for Josh Allen. He played
Yeah.
the worst game of his career, and it's not
Well,
even
and-
close.
And did you see why McDermott got fired? Like,
I think I saw something.
I'll
about
say it.
but I
Yeah,
don't
I'll say it
remember.
regardless. Like 5 weeks ago, McDermott had a meeting with like the
Oh, yes.
owner and the GM, and McDermott basically pointed all the holes in the roster and said we can't compete with this stuff this bad, and the GM hated McDermott since then. and that like fractured their relationship, and the owner, I guess, sided with the GM.
That's crazy. I didn't see
Mm.
The GM that's drafted 2 Pro Bowlers since he's been
Yeah.
the GM there since I think like 2018.
I just feel like there's always situations like this where there's like a GM and coach, and you need to fire one of them. And every time
And
they
Chris
fire
Ballard still has a job.
every
Ow.
every time they fire the coach over the GM, it never works out. The Niners did it. They fired Harbaugh, and they went with Jim Tomasula and Chip Kelly in back-to-back years.
That's fire. Chip Kelly.
So
Eagles
won
legend.
us two games, and we took Solomon Thomas with that pick.
Didn't you say like Colin Farrell, or was it the Raiders? That was the Raiders,
It's
right?
the Raiders, but Clelin Ferrell had his best like 2
Did I
years
say
of his
Colin
career
Farrell,
here.
like the actor,
You
instead
said
of
Colin
Cleveland
Farrell.
Farrell?
Yeah, you said the
Wow.
actor.
Wow. Same person.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, let's start with I'm gonna start with the Rams game.
Yep.
All right, so we had the Rams traveling to Chicago, Soldier Field, very cold, very very cold. Rams end up winning that in a game-winning field goal, 20-17 over the Bears. This game should not have gone overtime, but Caleb Williams threw a FU ball to the end zone to Colson Loveland, or was it Cole Kmet? It was Cole Kmet.
Colson Loveland got hurt.
To Cole Kmet, and whatever. Okay, it looked like a push off, but I'm just a hater.
I thought it was too.
I don't think he pushed. I think he just,
I
like,
think it
folded
looked
arms.
worse than it was because
Yeah.
the DB's momentum was going forward. But like when
DB
you look at the
got-
replay,
got
like
weight room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
he
didn't extend his arms really. So I mean, I think it just looked worse than it really was.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start. This game was pretty good. I thought the Rams would blow out the Bears, or not blow out, but I didn't think it was be close the way the Rams been playing. Caleb Williams having 3 turnovers, not really that great, and especially in the moments that he turned the ball over in. And the fact that the Rams didn't get 1 sack the entire game and still had really good defensive pressure, which is pretty impressive, I won't lie. This
Yeah,
game
I mean,
was- I don't know, offensively, this
Caleb
game was
didn't play
boring.
great. Caleb didn't play great. I'm not putting the last interception on him though. DJ Moore kind of just completely gave up on it. I don't think it was a good decision from Caleb to take that much of a risk.
Yeah.
So he does hold some fault there, I think, because they could have just nickeled and dimed their way into field goal range, and they had full momentum. Soldier Field was rocking after that touchdown. So he had no reason to take the risk of the crosser to DJ Moore. But I mean, DJ Moore, I don't think he could have give less effort to try to catch that pass.
Yeah.
So
That shocks me because it's like it's a playoff game. You literally like the season's on the line. You're just like giving that much effort. Like after all the work you've put in this year, like that's the one time you're gonna be like, no, I'm good on doing anything.
Yeah,
Like
he's
what are we doing, bro?
He's gonna
yeah,
look really
he
good
just
in a
completely
Patriots
stopped
uniform next
running
year.
the route. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna get sent to the Jets and just be in hell for the rest of his career.
Him in 11. Him in 11, please.
Garrett Wilson to the Bears.
God,
But
no.
yeah, I mean, Caleb didn't play great. He had his moments where he looked pretty good. But ultimately, I don't think Caleb played his best game, and I think that's probably a contributing factor as to why they lost. 3-point game, lost in overtime, had 3 turnovers. I credit him with 2, but still just not good enough out of a guy you took number 1 overall. Looking back at their year overall, I think Ben Johnson did a lot for Caleb's development. I think he still looked kind of shaky at times and was trying to do too much and would hurt the Bears. But I think overall, it's a night and day difference from his rookie year. He was pretty bad under Eberflus. So good to see him turn it around a bit. But yeah, overall, pretty disappointing from him against the Rams.
I mean, if I'm going to be honest, I did not have the Bears making it that far. Like, I'm pretty sure I had them. I don't even think I had them making the playoffs just because I didn't think that, Ben Johnson was going to be able to do what he did in his first year. Like, first year, new head coach. Like, I was a little skeptical. But, I mean, I think they had a really good year. And it's definitely something that, they can build on. And if Caleb can continue developing like he kind of did this year, and Ben Johnson can, get the most out of him, I think that the Bears could, as much as it pains me to say, I think they can become a pretty scary team.
Yeah, they have a really good young core with Caleb. Luther
Yeah.
Burden really started to come on at the end of the year. I think he's going to get slotted into that DJ role or DJ Moore role. Danny, you're pretty big into like the pre-draft scouting process. I don't know what your comp to him was, but from what I saw, a lot of people had a pretty similar like comp to a like DJ Moore skill set for Luther Burden. When he was coming out,
Isn't he a little bigger than DJ Moore too?
I think, but they're both kind of like gadgety guys.
Yeah.
That you kind of just want to get the ball to them in space. Kind of like a shiftier Debo Samuel, I guess.
Yeah, I kind of
where
viewed
Debo has a
Luther
bit more
Burden.
power.
I viewed Luther Burden as like a Kadarius Toney. You can actually run routes.
Yeah.
That was sort of the big thing. Like you can use him as like a straight gadget guy, but you weren't scared if he had to run like a post route.
Kadarius
Yeah,
Toney that
exactly.
actually runs routes.
So I think the Bears are probably going to ship off DJ Moore. I think it's obvious that he doesn't want to be there after kind of how things ended with their season. And with Luther Burden, Romo Dunze, Colston Loveland, who people were criticizing them for taking Loveland over Warren, and Warren probably had the better year, but I think Loveland proved that he was worth the pick that they took him at, and to pair him with the wide receiver duo they have with the O-line upgrades they made in free agency last year, those guys are going to be staying, and then there was some lightning in a bottle with Kyle Monungai towards the end of the year, where he's kind of like a nice duo or committee with Swift. So yeah, I agree with you, Jim. There's a lot of like upside to that offense and kind of what they can do.
I mean, last few weeks of the season, it was just the running back room and Colston Loveland doing everything for that offense. It was kind of crazy to see. You didn't really see much DJ Moore. You didn't see really much.
Rome disappeared in the second half of the year. He like
Yes, he
started
did.
the
He
year
was on the
super
sideline.
hot,
He was on the sideline.
and yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I still have faith in Romo Dunze, just based on what I saw at Washington and kind of the flashes we saw.
Yeah, I wish that other Washington receiver worked out.
That's tough. He's going to be a legend on the Saints, though.
Yeah, I hope that guy breaks his fucking fibula.
Saints have Jalen Polk, Dante Pettis, and Ronnie Bell.
That's elite.
It's kind of crazy. They have like the all bust team. Ronnie
I
Bell's
think
a seventh rounder.
I'm pretty
He's
sure
still
the
a
Saints
bust.
traded for Jalen Polk and then immediately put him on IR. So I'm not even sure they actually wanted him. I think they just like. I think it might have been blackmail.
Danny, any thoughts on this game?
About which game?
Did you already
Rams.
talk about this game?
Oh, he didn't talk about this game. He was
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah, he was at work.
Yeah, I couldn't
Oh,
watch it.
right. All right. Do we ignore the? Do you want to say a few things, Danny?
We could talk about the Seahawks if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
And honestly,
get
like with all the
into
injuries
Seahawks
the Niners had yet
conversations.
again, right? Like they had what, their fourth, fifth, and sixth string linebackers out there, or something
Jesus.
like that. I think it
Kaiser
was
White
something
was
like
an
that.
injury away from playing.
Yeah, like
That's
for how much
incredible.
they were injured, and even like throughout the year, they didn't have Purdy. Granted, Mac Jones filled in pretty well, but losing Fred Warner, the heart and soul of that defense, and countless other guys. Didn't you lose your first round pick that you took for?
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
yeah, like you guys gotta like disassemble your nutrition and strength and training team and hire somebody or
They've
move
been
your
around this
practice
entire
field.
time. By the way. Dustin
move your
Perry
back.
is the
According to
worst
Danny,
ever.
they've fired their medical staff 3 times under Kyle Shanahan already.
They fired the first year under Shanahan. They fired them. Then the second year they fired him. Then the third year they fired him, and then they've had the same guy since. And then their injuries have gone up since then. But they keep Dustin Perry around. You should never know who like is in charge of practices and like your medical staff. You should never know that guy's name.
No,
Exactly.
no.
Yeah.
The fact that I do is sickening.
That's the one guy. It's like, yeah, we don't need it. It's like if you have to know who the athletic trainer is, or the trainers on the team, that you got a problem.
It's also like if you have a corner, like if you have to hear their name a lot during the game, typically
Hooked.
typically they're not having a great game unless they're getting like interceptions. So yeah, I mean, to know the strength and conditioning coach and the medical and team doctor, it's not great. From the Seahawks side, though, I will say the Rams need to stop the run. Going against this Rams team or the Seahawks team, because
Charbonnet is hurt. He's out for the year.
yeah, I mean,
Advantage Seahawks.
Kenneth Walker averaged 6 yards. a
Yeah,
carry.
I know. I'm saying,
Like-
I know. It doesn't sound crazy, but they do split that backfield a lot. But if Kenneth Walker just plays like that, it's gonna be a little bit scary.
Yeah, like as crazy as it sounds, you have to make the Seahawks throw the ball to JSN. Like you have,
Yeah.
because they're not going to target Rashid Shaheed 12 times, and if they can't run the ball, they're going to throw it to JSN. So you have to force them to throw it to JSN with their defense, because their defensive line has been playing at a truly insane level.
That entire
that-
defense is
Yeah,
playing at the
like-
insane level.
their defense can easily just carry them to a Super Bowl this season. Like the way they're playing right now, the way those guys are flying around the field, and DeMarcus Lawrence is took some heat from Cowboys fans saying that he left for Seattle because he wanted to win, and it looked like, at least to start the year or like preseason wise, that Seattle might not be the best team in that division, but like the way he's playing, he's had like a career resurgence. They're just overall playing really well right now. And if you let them run the ball, control the clock, and keep that defense rested, the Rams stand no chance.
Hey,
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker, where was this during the fantasy season, bro? Like we couldn't do that during the fantasy season. Like we're waiting.
I'm saying, bro.
It's all good. It's all good. They can never make me hate you. Actually, they can, but
He's so bald, bro. He's one of the baldest people I've ever seen in my life.
who?
Kenneth Walker.
Oh. Any other thoughts other than Brock Purdy leading the 49ers in rushing yards that game?
No.
JSN had 3 catches for 19 yards.
Cooper Kupp
If-
was the leading receiver.
He did not have a single catch on the Amador Lenore this year. I'm leaving here with something. He
If
did
you
not
told
get
me-
a single catch on Lenore.
If you told me before the game that JSN would have 3 catches for 19 yards and the Seahawks scored 41 points, I would have thought Brock Purdy threw 4 pick sixes.
Yeah.
And the
yeah,
crazy
yeah.
thing is, Purdy, honestly, in my opinion, wasn't even like horrendous.
No, he
Like,
wasn't
didn't
why
have
you
a good
lost the
game,
game.
but he was like
He wasn't why you lost.
slightly below average, which is fine.
Sam Darnold can have a ring before Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert
And Lamar.
and Lamar. Dude, that's
Purdy.
fucking crazy. And Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy had his chance.
Purdy had his chances. He just gobbled
Blew
that
10
shit
point lead in
away.
the fourth quarter.
Hey, he left the field in the fourth quarter in overtime with the lead 3 times in 2023.
Hey, does
he's
Kyle know
my
the rules
hero.
yet?
Well, it turns out he might be a genius because every overtime game so far, the team that took the ball first has won. So far in these playoffs.
Yeah.
So Kyle just might be a genius. I don't know.
But does he know the rules though?
No.
Probably not.
All right,
No,
let's
he
move
thought,
on.
He thought if time expired, he wins the game, so he does not know the rules.
We jump into the Bills game, or you want to
Yeah.
talk about?
Bills game.
First, I sucks that Bo Nix is not going to be in the AFC Championship
That's
game.
that
Sucks for
My
Broncos
question- I didn't
fans.
even-
Just saying, it
I
sucks for
didn't- I
Broncos
didn't-
fans.
I didn't even see his ankle do anything crazy
Yeah.
on that second to last
it
play where they
didn't.
said he did it. I'm just like, what? How did he fracture that?
There's a I'll start. There's a
He
really
played
big
well too.
there's a really big elephant in the room with this Denver offense, and it's not the passing game.
Rushing yards. Is that what we're talking about here?
It's the rushing game. I don't think they've had an established rushing game all year. I think we mention it every time we talk about the Broncos.
Their O line's terrible.
Oh yeah, not good.
And the way the Patriots secondary has been playing, I mean, it is Jarrett Stidham, but I'm not gonna like down any quarterback on the show. I'm not gonna down any quarterback, but if they want to
I don't.
win,
From an unbiased perspective, I don't know how they move the ball against you guys.
this is the first playoff game I think ever, or maybe once more that this is Josh Allen's fault, like we said earlier. Josh Allen played really bad. His defense, I don't really know, honestly.
It's the first game they lost. That's his fault. But he if you remember the wild card game against the Dolphins and Skylar Thompson,
yeah.
they ended up winning that game. But Josh Allen
About that.
basically got outplayed by Skylar Thompson.
I don't know, man. I still think Brandon Cooks caught that ball. I don't think that was an interception. Not saying that changed. Actually, that did change the game. I am saying that changed the game by a lot, but I'm a firm believer that Brandon Cooks caught that ball. And I
He
think,
survived the ground.
but then the same thing happened in the Bears game, and they called it a catch. And that
It was completely different.
He survived the
that's-
ground.
Adam
He hit
took
the
3
ground, had
steps.
control of the ball, and then it
Brandon
got
Cook-
ripped.
Brandon Cooks did the same thing.
He didn't
No,
have
he didn't.
control as he was hitting the
He
ground.
jumped as he was.
He
falling
had
to the
control
ground.
going to the
Like,
ground.
So X, let me ask you this, right? If
He
the
legit
defender's
had control
not-
going to the ground, and he hit the ground.
If X, let me ask you this question:
Dude.
if there's no defender there and Brandon Cooks dives to make the catch, his knee hits the ground, but the ball rolls out away from him.
That's a totally different
after-
scenario.
It's the same thing that happened, except it rolled into the Broncos player's stomach. It's the same exact.
But
play.
he was down
Is
already.
that a fumble or incomplete?
He's down already.
No, he's not.
He's down by contact.
You're not down by contact if the refs deem you don't have control of the ball.
He had
So
control.
you can be touched and then lose the ball.
Okay. Jim, what were your thoughts on the game?
I really wish it was a Bills win. I'm a big Josh Allen guy. I just the Broncos defense is playing very, very well again. Like the Patriots are gonna have to go against yet another top tier defense.
Top 5.
I think they're better than the Texans in pass coverage, at least a little bit for the most part. But I honestly see this next game with the Patriots and Broncos literally being like a 17 to 7 type game. Because as good as your offense has been playing, I just think like the Broncos defense is the only reason they're even here right now, because I don't think the offense has been good, but it hasn't been great. I think it's been a league average offense at best. And again, I haven't watched a lot of Broncos games, and I don't have, the stats pulled up in front of me, but you had your star quarterback break his ankle, so I just don't see a way they score points on your defense, but I also think that you guys might struggle just a little bit to score the ball if your defense isn't, forcing turnovers or forcing, good field position.
Yeah, the way our defensive coordinator has been calling defensive plays, and the way Vrabel works with them to call the plays. Like last week, there was constant pressure. Corners are really playing lockdown. Linebackers, I will talk about it when we get to the game, but it was just really good defense. It's probably the best defense I've seen in a long time from the Patriots. So I'm intrigued to see how this game was going to go, but I'm also, I don't know where the Bills are going to go with their head coach.
Yeah, I got no clue who they're going to hire.
They might just promote Joe Brady, their OC,
God,
which I think
yeah.
would be a terrible decision.
Yeah, no.
To talk about this game, Bo Nix looked really good. I think it's a shame that he's going to end up missing the AFC Championship game because um, he was playing really well. He wasn't forcing anything, and he was kind of just taking whatever Buffalo would give him, which I think is what wins playoff games, not taking unnecessary risks. Like I talked about with Caleb Williams on that interception. I think that Denver's defense is right up there with Seattle. I think they're the two best defenses left, and then I think New England is probably third, and I'd have the Rams fourth. But all four are like really strong defenses, top 10 at worst. I think for the Bills side, um, this was probably the year for Josh to get it done. I mean, who knows what the AFC looks like from years to come. But this one hurts for Bills fans because, in my opinion, it wasn't the defense that lost them this game. It wasn't the refs that lost them this game. It was Josh Allen, and like you can point to the defense on that overtime drive where the PIs they were PIs. And even the first one, if you want to argue that one, Joey Bosa decapitated Bo Nix on the same play, so it's 15 yards either way. It's not like it was a 30-yard PI like the Trey White one, or yeah, the Trey White call was, where that one, in my opinion, was also PI. Like, I've seen people complaining about the first one, and there's a roughing the passer. If anything, they're 5 yards back. Like, that doesn't change the game. And I think the worst turnover of the four that Josh had is the one before halftime. I think that one was just unnecessary. He was trying to do too much, fumbled, gave Denver the ball before half to let them get a field goal, and I mean, a field goal ended up being the reason that the game went to overtime in the first place. So I believe that was kind of the turnover that really changed the game. But I mean, as Josh said in the post game press conference, 4 turnovers, you're not going to win a game. Like, you don't deserve to win a football game with 4 turnovers. You're not going to win many. So overall, Josh is still a very good playoff performer. I don't know where that narrative is coming from, that Josh doesn't show up in the playoffs, because that's not true. I think two things can be true. One, this loss is on Josh Allen. Two, Josh Allen is normally one of the best playoff performers in the league.
Agreed.
Agree.
Yeah.
Like, I before the show, I was curious, and I looked up like the losses that Josh Allen has had. What did he do? And this is the first one he had a turnover in. So, like, I don't know where the playoff dropper or like that narrative is coming from. Is their roster the best? No. But their roster this year was enough for them to get it done, or at least get to the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
And who knows what happens in that game? But that's all I got. Oh, other than the fact that Joe Burrow tweeted out that both of the calls in the Rams game and the Bills game were
I
correct.
did see that. Shout out Joe.
But that's all I have.
I will say with the Bills coaching search, I think it's just going to be Brian Dable. He was the OC. That's how he got the Giants job. I think they just bring him back. I think he was a lock for the Eagles OC job. But if I'm Dable, I think I take pretty easily the Bills head coaching job over the Eagles offensive coordinator job.
No, I don't,
Oh,
because like if you take the Eagles OC job, you're hoping for a spot where you have a one of the premier quarterbacks and you don't have to worry about that. So like I wouldn't be upset if he went to the Bills. Do I think that's what the Bills should do? No. I think they should go defensive.
I think they
with
need a damn wide receiver in this draft because Keon
Brian
Coleman
Flores.
fucking
I
terrible.
think they're gonna. I predict them to trade for AJ Brown. Personally,
No, the other team in the East.
no.
100%.
I think. Well, I don't think you guys are as wide receiver needy as you guys thought you were last offseason. With
your
the coming out of
receivers,
Booty,
yeah.
you have Diggs for
The-
2 more years.
The Booty ascension.
Like
has helped.
I think
Booty.
with Keyshawn Booty, I don't think you guys are as desperate to trade for a wide receiver. Where Buffalo, AJ Brown is what they hoped Keon Coleman would be. If we're gonna be honest, like the type of wide receiver, big, physical, like that's what they thought Keon Coleman was.
He was in college too. Yeah, he was.
Keon Coleman sucks. To put it blunt.
He just forgot how to catch a football.
So, I
like
would have went with a defensive head coach. Like, if I'm them, I'm doing everything I can to try to poach Jesse Minter from the Ravens or get a Brian Flores. Because when you have a franchise quarterback, you don't need to develop you don't have to develop a young quarterback. No one that comes in is going to make Josh Allen look terrible. Like, Josh Allen is who Josh Allen is. If you get a defensive guy, which is what McDermott was supposed to be, and over the past few years, their losses have been because of the defense, I think a defensive guy to help the defense bail Josh out at times. Not bail him out, but not collapse, I guess you could say. The way they
like
have.
the Chiefs with, like their defense isn't going to necessarily, sometimes win them games, but they're not gonna lose them games.
Exactly. You could say a similar thing with the Eagles and their defense. Their defense was never why they lost games. It was offensive inefficiencies. I think the only risk you run with going with a defensive head coach is like your offensive coordinator is going to get poached. As someone that deals with it on a near yearly basis, I say yearly, but it's really 2 years, where the offensive coordinator does his job great, and he's your play caller. He just gets a head coaching job when you make a deep playoff run, and then you're the last team to hire an offensive coordinator, so typically that's coming with an in-house hire because there's not much on the market at that point. And that's where we've really struggled. But if they can perfect the in-house hire aspect for when they go on deep playoff runs and there's not a Brian Dable, a Mike McDaniel, a Kevin Stefanski if he was to take an OC job, like an offensive coordinator where we're going to hire him, he's going to be the best OC in the league type of guy. I think that's the only struggle that could come with it. But again, if I'm Buffalo, I'm going with a defensive guy specifically because I don't have to develop a young quarterback.
They got a top. I don't know. I'd say James Cook's probably a top 8 running back in the league too.
He was all pro this year. I mean, I would say he was a top 3 running back this year.
Yeah.
He played very well. Do I think he's going to repeat what he did this year? Probably not. But I mean, he was a huge help to the Bills' offense. He bailed them out a lot this year, where Kincaid couldn't get open. And to talk about some of the young players they have, Brandon Beane, their GM, I talked about it before, but he's done such a bad job at drafting for the Bills. I don't think people realize how bad it is.
Makes me. John Lynch is the worst drafter I've ever seen. He's somehow better.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brandon Beane's worse than John Lynch. Like Brandon Beane has drafted 2 Pro Bowlers in the last 8 years. 2 Pro Bowlers. You get at least 7 picks every draft, and he's drafted 2. With Josh Allen, who's gonna make your wide receivers better, or your running back, or whoever, and he's drafted 2. Like I don't know how that guy didn't get fired.
Yeah, they needed.
I don't think anything changes in Buffalo regardless of who they hire, like talent-wise, because Brandon Beane's still there. Like, they're still not going to be able to acquire talent in the draft. They're going to have to go out and pay free agents to bring in talent. And I think it's going to remain difficult for them to catch up to the Patriots, who have drafted very well over the last 3-4 years, have a ton of money to still spend, and they have a young franchise quarterback. Like, I already think there's a gap between the Bills and the Patriots. I think that gap's only going to grow over the next few years, as long as Brandon Beane's there.
Patriots did a great job with their rebuild, as much as it pains me to say. It was quick, it was efficient. The Colts have been rebuilding since fucking 2018, and it just doesn't work. We can't find a quarterback. Chris Ballard's terrible.
They hit on Drake May, and I don't want to like brush under the rug the free agency class they had. They brought in Stephon Diggs.
Oh, we'll talk about it. We haven't talked about the game yet. We'll definitely talk about it because everyone that we signed showed up in that game the other day.
Milton Williams, he's been hurt a lot of the year. I mean, we could just jump to that game, but Milton, it was good to see him back out on the field.
All right, let's good segue right into the game of the week. Biasly, game of the week. I'm joking. Patriots, Texans. Patriots end up winning that 28-16. Huge defensive.
Stroud is fucking terrible.
Huge defensive performance from the Patriots defense. Christian Gonzalez continues to have a phenomenal playoff run. He's allowing yards this game. You're gonna see that as the receivers get better. But he's still playing lockdown. He's still making pass breakups. He's still playing really well. There's a certain guy you hear every single game, no matter what. You hear his name every single game, and I want to give a shout out to Christian Ellis. This guy is a monster. I think we grabbed him from the Eagles off the waivers.
He was a special teamer for us.
He's so good. He's probably one of my favorite pickups we got over the offseason. Really underrated player, really underrated player on his defense. And to add on to that, having Milton Williams back really helps. He makes a lot of good plays for the D-line. He creates the pressure so that Marcus Jones could get a pick and a pick six. Marcus Jones had put one of the games of his life. Carlson Davis got his first pick since his rookie year. I think that's what I heard. So defense is playing super well. Kayshon Boutte had one of the best catches I've ever seen. Period. I like how diverse the offense played. I like how diverse our offense can be when we are like firing all cylinders. So yeah, CJ Stroud, you're fucking dog shit, buddy.
The Texans. I guess I'll go first after you, X.
Yeah, you're good.
But and this is not to downplay your performance, but I think they said it best on, I think it was Get Up or First Take. The Texans win that game with 31 other quarterbacks. Like, CJ Stroud, he single-handedly lost the Texans this game. It was...
I wouldn't say 31.
He was 20 for 47 with 212 yards, a touchdown, and 4 picks.
Yeah. And
his stats look better than he actually was. Like, he was sub 50%, 4 turnovers, 5 as a team.
Woody Marks had the fumble. That was the 5th.
Yeah. That was
Marks' fumble was so funny.
I don't think the Patriots offense played the best. They were playing against a great defense. Kayshon Boutte's catch was unbelievable.
If I had to critique one thing, it's the O-line. Our O-line has been playing so bad. It doesn't matter what game. You pick one. Both.
Do you think Will Campbell gets moved to guard next year?
I would like that because he got bullied by Will Anderson the entire game. Will Anderson just played the game of his life, and then CJ Stroud's doing that on offense.
Yeah, personally, I think I would give Will Campbell another year.
This is rookie year. I think
give him a full off season for like NFL training. Like that'll put a lot of size on for an offensive lineman. If it doesn't work next year, I would move him to guard. But
I think he was also hurt, so he didn't get a full season.
You took him too high to give up on him after a year.
Yeah,
that's one of my biggest critiques about the Giants and Evan Neal is they took Evan Neal 6 overall, and he didn't play football after his first year. Like he had a bad first year, and they just threw him to the trash after flipping him. He was a left tackle at Bama, moved him to right tackle, and they just said, "Oh, you're bad after 1 year. You're done." Like I don't think that's how you should develop players in the NFL in general, let alone an offensive lineman where it's very physically demanding and you get better with age.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you guys win this weekend comfortably. I think it would take a disaster class for Denver to even have a chance.
Keep Nick
Garrett Sims got
Foles.
a deep ball.
Keep Nick
I'm-
Foles away from Jarrett Stidham, please.
Like I'm talking multiple pick sixes in order
Yeah.
for Denver to have a chance. Like
I don't-
it's
I'm looking at it as if Bo Nix is the quarterback on this side. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm waiting until the game to see what actually happens.
yeah, I mean like they have the talent on defense to make it happen. That's the thing is like they need their defense to go Super Saiyan, but Patrick Surtain could just take over the game.
Patrick Stan also is like very injury prone, so you never know.
Yeah. Like you don't know, so like anything can happen next weekend. I have the Patriots moving on. We can talk about that more in predictions, but I liked what I saw, especially from the Patriots defense. Like I didn't expect Houston to be able to do much on offense, and they did even less than I thought they were going to.
They look so insane, dude. I hate like it's like glazing my own team, but it's my team. But like, if you look at the Patriots defense up to week 5, maybe I'll say, and look at the Patriots defense now, it's night and day.
Yeah,
They
like,
look insane.
I don't think your offense played bad, by the way. When I was critiquing your offense,
Yeah.
just like finding something to talk about, like the offense could have done more because you had 5 turnovers and you won by 12 points.
I will say
this could have very easily been a 30-point blowout, like the other NFC game that we're not talking about.
when it was close in the third quarter, and going to the fourth quarter, there's a throw that Drake made to, I think it was Booty on a slant route, and I looked at that throw. I'm like, all right, we won. He threw a perfect ball on a slant route. It was contested right here, and I looked at my dad, and I was like, okay, Drake's here. He's here. And then that same drive is when it was in the second quarter, sorry, is when the Diggs touchdown happened. That it was a little bit of a hospital ball if it landed in the wrong spot. But I was like, okay, Drake's here. He's comfortable now. He's going to get it done. I do want to touch on one more thing, though. If I talk a lot about Drake May's pocket presence and like how I like it, it's been really bad in the playoffs. Like, I think
the
all of
amount
his
times he's
turnovers.
been stripped
Yeah.
from behind is
Insane. His pocket. If you go back and watch Drake May tape, and you're gonna see his pocket presence play so well. But you go to these first 2 games in the playoffs, it's the worst. It's like I'm watching Aaron Rodgers, bro. I'm not saying Aaron Rodgers is bad pocket presence, but it's like I'm watching. I don't know.
So
If they can fix that, I have faith.
So, CJ Stroud is eligible for an extension this year.
Hell no.
I was gonna ask, if you're the Texans, have you seen enough over the first 3 years of his career to give him an extension? And mind you, an extension would make him a back-end top 10 paid quarterback at about $50 million a year.
Has he made the
I've
playoffs
seen
all
enough
3
to
years?
not pay him.
Has he made the playoffs all 3 years?
Yes.
Yes.
He's been a first
I think
round
he do.
exit all 3 years, also, right?
Or
Or not first round, but second round.
He won a game his rookie year, I think.
Huh.
There
Yeah,
He
actually,
haven't
he
won a
won a
divisional
game in
game in
all 3
forever.
rounds. He's 1-1 in every year he's gone to the playoffs.
Mm.
What a guy.
I don't know. When do you?
I think you have to,
Yeah.
especially with this quarterback class coming in.
Now,
I think
mind you,
have
you
to.
don't have to pay him this year. This is just when he's first eligible.
Yeah.
He was a first-round pick. He does have 5 years, so you do have the 5th-year option, but he's going into year 4. So
I think you just let it ride.
If you haven't already, you have to pick up his 5th-year option for 2027. Um, the thing is if he has a bounce back year, you might be on the hook for 60 mil.
Yeah, if he has a year like his rookie year, then you pay him. But
So
you don't know if that's consistent because his
yeah,
sophomore,
that's what
his
I was at,
sophomore year
'cause-
is terrible.
Oh,
yeah, his this year he was closer to his sophomore year than he was his.
Oh my
his
god,
rookie
his
year.
QBR in that game was terrible.
In his playoff losses, he's really struggled. In their playoff wins, he's played all right outside of the Pittsburgh game. He deserved to lose the Pittsburgh game.
Who did he play? He played the Chiefs last year, right? And that
Yes, I believe he played
and-
Baltimore as well.
and they lost that game because of some BS roughing the passer call or like a late hit on Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, not saying that's why they lost the game, but it's
yeah,
incredible.
so I just figured I'd bring it up just to like talk about it because I mean that's a discussion that the Texans are going to have to make because if you give him an extension this year, it could so easily just be a Tua extension
Yeah,
where he plays 1 year under that contract and you're like, we fucked up. Like, and that's not a small mess up. Like if you're paying a DB or a wide receiver that money and like that wide receiver just doesn't perform at that value, well, you're
Evan-
paying him so much that if he's not good and it doesn't work out, you're screwed for the entire length of that contract. Look
Dolphins
at
single-handedly had the
Browns-
championship window closed.
the Browns with Deshaun Watson is the perfect example on if you give a bad quarterback to or a bad contract to a quarterback.
that's so unfortunate, man. I
What he
actually
can
like
do to your
Deshaun.
team.
I actually like Deshaun when he's on Houston.
He was probably the most fun quarterback to watch when he was in Houston.
Yeah, made that team fun to watch.
But yeah, I thought about it over the last 3 days. I don't think you pay him. But I was curious of your guys' thoughts on if you extend Stroud, given that he's eligible for it this offseason.
Let him play year 4, and then you pay him based off of year 4, or you don't, or you know what I mean.
you offer him.
pay him.
You offer him.
Yeah, you pay him or don't pay him after year 4.
You could do a Jordan Love thing, just let it run out and then tag him. You could do. You could try to
That's
do it.
probably. I think that's probably the most likely situation that he's going to end up having, unless again he plays like he did his rookie year last year.
Because I think
Or
that's the
next year.
problem with Stroud is I think he's good enough where it's hard to find better in the draft than CJ Stroud. But ultimately, I don't think in pressure moments CJ Stroud is good enough to get the job done
Obviously,
because of like how
He's
much he
just like-
turns the ball.
yeah, it's bad. It's like Sam Darnold and the
Like,
Jets.
Yeah, he single-handedly loses his team games.
If I'm Will Anderson, I'm
like,
punching him
with
square in his
turnovers.
nose. If I'm Will Anderson, I'm beef. I'm requesting a trade or something. Or
Daniel Hunter,
yeah.
Derek Stingley, Jalen Pete. Like
No, Derek
Oh, their
Stingley.
defense-
No. Derek Stingley got ran down in that game. You can't. No. Derek Stingley did not have a great game. I don't think, if I remember correctly.
yeah, I mean,
I know what you're saying in general.
Yeah, like overall, he was an All-Pro corner this year. Whether he should have been or not,
Yeah.
I would have had Gonzo there personally.
My guy, Gonzo.
Because
He was-
I think of the three corners
He
between
got hurt. That's why they
Quinyon,
didn't put him there.
Coop was a slot, so he's viewed different. And then between Mitchell and Stingley, I'm biased, but I'm taking Mitchell.
Ran down by Demarcus Robinson.
Their defense, that's the thing, is their defense is good enough where they're going to be in the playoffs every year with D'Amico, because D'Amico runs a great
D'Amico's a
defensive
great
scheme.
coach.
Oh yeah.
He's a phenomenal coach. I think he's the best coach in that division by a decent margin. I think Liam Cohen, with what he did with the Jags, is probably second, just based on the impressiveness of that. And then I think Steichen is like confidently third ahead of Saleh, just because we've only seen Saleh fail with the Jets, even though I don't think it was his fault.
Yeah, he did have Zach.
But it is
Zach Wilson.
like Jim. I say he's third, but I like Steichen as a coach.
I know you do. I'm not a big fan of him. I like him. I just think he shits the bed.
He mismanages
He-
the clock at times, but
Yes.
overall, I like the scheme that he brings. Like I think he's good enough, especially as a play caller, to justify keeping around.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we get into the predictions?
Yeah, I mean, we could also talk about some of the head coach hires that have happened. Like Saleh took the Titans job.
I think we do that, and then we
Stefanski
do the prediction.
Yeah.
Stefanski took the Falcons job. I think
don't-
those are the only two head coaching hires
I don't like that.
since we last talked.
I don't like that.
Neither
It's
do I.
all the hires other than Harbaugh,
Haley, right?
I think.
Did Green Bay did?
Half.
Oh yeah, Jeff Haley took the Dolphins job.
Yeah.
Isn't it Halfley?
Yeah, half.
Or yes,
same
yes,
thing.
Jeff-
same
yeah,
thing. You
Jeff
know what I
Halfley.
meant. I don't know.
Um,
Big
Danny
difference.
Locke,
I don't-
They
bro.
fired in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't particularly like that hire. If you wanted defensive, I think there's better defensive options. I don't think he did a particularly great job with that Packers defense. Packers fans wanted him fired after the Eagles beat them in the wild card last year. So to see him get a head coaching job is a bit head scratching. But I guess we could talk about the Falcons one first. I don't love it. Just because I don't love Stefanski as a coach.
No.
But I think you had to go offensive here, like with a head coach, and hope that Stefanski can get the most out of Michael Penix. Because of what I talked about last show and how you're stuck with him, you have to make him work.
I think that defense is a great defense, by the way.
The
don't know
Falcons,
Falcons defense?
like it has great pieces on it.
Yeah.
It has
That secondary
weapons.
is incredible.
The question comes with, can you bring in linebackers, like off-ball linebackers, and then can you develop or can you find an answer at the quarterback position?
Yeah.
Those are like the two questions
Kirk
that
Cousins.
Stefanski has to answer, because
Yeah.
Kirko's not the answer and Penix has not looked like the answer.
Yeah.
And you don't have a first-round pick the next 2 years. So
Kyler Murray.
I think he's going to be a very
I think he's
hot
gonna be-
commodity this year.
Kyler or
Yeah,
Stefanski?
I thought no, Kyler. I thought that the Cardinals were going to release him just because they have an out in the contract, and I wasn't sure how many QB needy teams there were going to be. After looking at kind of the landscape of the league, I think it's much more likely he gets traded.
I think it was
Kyler?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's going to be in on him. I think Indianapolis should do everything they can to try to get him. It's going to be tough without the picks. Same with Atlanta. You're going to have to do whatever you
Yeah.
can to try to get him. Vegas, if they don't want Mendoza, could go after him. But I think someone's going to go after Kyler. Initially, I thought it was going to be just like a cut and then re-sign somewhere or sign somewhere. But I think someone might be willing to take the contract just to guarantee that they get him.
Low-key, the Dolphins.
A Tua Kyler swap, or just cut Tua? Like what was your thought process there?
It's a Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford type thing.
Was the talk right when Tua got benched? Was that could be something done in the offseason?
I don't believe so.
It's one of the few situations where you can match salaries.
No,
in a quarterback
no,
trade.
like it does make sense. Like as a swap, it's similar to the Stafford Goff one, where like the contracts are lined up.
Except none of them win a Super Bowl out of it.
Yeah, neither one. Wins the Super Bowl out of it. I guess we could also talk about. All right, well, let's do this now since we're talking a bit about quarterbacks. But there was a rumor that Vegas is going to go hard in the paint to try to get Lamar from Baltimore. Does anyone actually
What?
think that happens? Yes.
No.
We're on Mars. We're on Mars. No, whoever started that rumor needs to be fired from their job. That's like the rumor I heard today that the Mets want to trade Bo Bichette.
Yeah, to the Phillies, please. I beg.
No, to the Indians.
No, to the Phillies. But no, I was just curious. I don't think it happens, but yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
I think it might have been Jordan Schultz that tweeted like the.
It's Jordan Schultz. Get this guy out of my ear, bro.
Like I thought it would be a fun topic to bring up on what the package would be. Obviously, it's the number one pick. Probably the next 3 firsts, including the number one pick.
He's going to Vegas to throw to a better Mark Andrews.
And probably have a better Derrick Henry at this point in Derrick's career.
Oh, that guy
Yeah.
looked terrible.
After week 1, absolutely he did. After week 1, I was like, oh fuck yeah, my fantasy team's gonna be so good, and then Derrick Henry was just shit.
No, I was talking about Ashton Genty.
Oh.
Not a big fan of him.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that
To
was
be fair,
fun
his
to talk
offensive
about.
line was fucking atrocious this year.
Yeah. Dude,
Um,
I can't even name that receiving core.
Who, the Ravens?
No, the Raiders. Brock Bowers, Trey Tucker,
Trey Tucker. You got
Amari Cooper, Michael
Thorn-
Crabtree.
Dante Thornton.
Yeah.
Michael Crabtree.
Michael Crabtree. 15.
I'm forgetting one of their
15?
wide
I love
receivers,
him.
and it's gonna bother
Yeah, I
me,
love him
but-
too. Made 49ers games fun to watch.
Yeah,
Except-
I mean, as for the Titans, adding Robert Saleh, I personally like that a lot. I thought he was one of the better defensive candidates available. I'm surprised Kubiak isn't getting more attention, probably because he's still in the playoffs, but it's very interesting because I thought he would be kind of the guy that people would go after.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. McDermott just really shook everything up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like all the predictions we made last week, I don't even know. Like
Yeah.
I think I
Where
said
do we think he goes, by the way?
Pittsburgh.
I think he takes a year off.
Nah, hear me out. The Bucks are like F this guy, and they fire Todd Bowles. Thank God. I'm joking. They should really fire that guy though.
Yeah.
They're also. I heard there's
I-
a rumor that the Packers were thinking about firing LaFleur. Dude, holy frick.
Well,
LaFleur.
he just got an extension, so that's not
Yeah.
happening.
That would have
I was
really.
like one of my Packers
I
fans
think what
have it.
I think where that rumor started was the owner was like seen out like at a nice restaurant with LaFleur and the GM, and like everyone thought, ooh, like they're getting fired. Like, I doubt that happens in a public space.
Yeah.
And then like
Yeah.
the next day they got another extension. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like. Packers fans are probably pissed though, because the Packers fans that I know hate LaFleur.
Yeah, the Packers. One of my buddies is a Packers fan. He's like, I think we give LaFleur one more year, and like if he doesn't, it's time for him to go.
How about 4 more years?
I don't think LaFleur is a bad coach though. I think he's one of the better coaches in the league.
Yeah, I would agree. The reason they hate him, just to like speak from what, and JMO can vouch based on what he's heard from Packers fans, his clock management is like
Oh, it's
some
terrible.
of the worst.
Yeah, it's
some of the
terrible.
worst in the league.
It's like Matt Rule
then-
level of bad.
Like some of his play calling gets pretty bad at times. Overall, like I think he's a pretty good play caller and scheme developer. Just from an outside perspective, but those are their complaints: is play calling at times and clock management.
I've been told they
Um,
think it feels like he's trying to overthink everything and make everything like, you know.
I think clock management comes with time, though. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
Like clock
100%.
management, you can't do that as an OC. The only chance you get to learn like clock management skills is in a head coaching role.
Yeah.
So like I think it's a bit harsh considering like they've made the playoffs almost every year under him. Like overall I think his stint there's been pretty successful.
He gets
Outside of, I think like one NFC Championship appearance and maybe a few divisionals, but I mean outside of like winning the ultimate prize, like he's done everything you can do as a head coach.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
As for their GM, I don't think he's good though. I don't think that guy's good at his job.
I mean,
I
they
think
can't not draft wide receivers. They
They-
refuse to.
I think Golden was really
Yeah.
good towards the end of the year.
Golden,
though.
yeah, Golden, yeah.
I'll come some stock there. But
Yeah, like I didn't love Golden coming out. I don't remember how Danny felt about him. But I know Danny like is big into scouting. I thought it was basically another John Ross. The entire reason he was going in the first round was because of his 40 time. And Matthew Golden had a good like national championship game or semifinal, whatever he played in, and looked good against Ohio State. But like I think he had like 800 yards his last year in college. Like he wasn't particularly like anything special.
I'll say he was
For some
projected
reason,
to
you
be like a
saying
late
that,
first,
you
early
saying that
second.
made me like think of Caleb Downs and how badly I want him to be with his brother in Indianapolis. But he's gonna be a top 10 pick probably. I love Caleb
Washington.
Downs so much. As much as I hate Ohio State, Caleb Downs is one fun football player to watch.
So Josh Downs' younger brother.
Yeah,
Damn. He's a corner,
Yeah,
right?
in
Safety.
3 years in
Safety.
college, Matthew
Yeah.
Golden had 1,900 yards, 584, 400, and 980. His last year at Texas. Overall, pretty underwhelming. Um, the touchdowns were there, but he's just a deep threat. Like
yeah.
he's not a great route runner.
Why?
I don't-
Why? Sorry, it's off topic.
I don't know if you can vouch on that, Danny. I know you do a bit more scouting than I do.
Yeah, so Bolden, yeah, he did have route running concerns. He was very one-dimensional. Because of that, he was, projected to be late first, early second. He was going behind Tet and Egbuka consistently, and then him and Burden were sort of a toss-up for wide receiver 3. And then after the combine, he skyrocketed. So like people putting him top 15. He was like consensus above Egbuka, which was
And then
kind of
Eg-
always
and then
crazy to me.
Egbuka ended up going before him in the draft.
Yeah,
I
Egbuka
think
still ended up
Golden
going
was.
before him.
I think he ended up being the third wide receiver taken because Burden went in
Yeah.
the second round, right?
Yeah, I want to say yeah. But he definitely skyrocketed because of the 40 time. I feel like whenever that happens, you're a guaranteed bust. Just I feel like there's never been an instance of a player lighting up the 40 and then actually being good after going up like 15, 20 spots on draft boards.
He also
mean, isn't-
skyrocketed against the because of his playoff run. His conference championship against Georgia, he had 8 for 162, and then the quarterfinal against Arizona State in double overtime, he had 7 for 149 and a touchdown. Like
That's kind
those
of like
were
Sky Moore, right? Like I know he was taken in the second round, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
it,
he was
it-
fast.
guys.
He's real fast.
Teams are just constantly trying to chase for like wide receivers. You're trying to chase like either the Jamar Chase or the Justin Jefferson upside, or like with speedsters like the next Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Like where I just don't think that's realistic. Like I think personally I would rather chase the next Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson just because speed doesn't always translate to the NFL.
Especially with
Because-
everybody just playing too high now. Like
Yeah, like if you're a great athlete in college, more than likely you're an average athlete in the NFL. Just because of the way it works.
I mean, it's kind of like
Um,
what the Colts did with Anthony Richardson, right? You're chasing the Josh Allen, the
Yeah,
Patrick
exactly.
Mahomes, the the Lamars of the world, and it just
It's-
didn't work out, and you wasted a top 4 pick on him.
But yeah, like those. So his last year at Texas, Matthew Golden had 2 games over 90 yards, and they were the 2 games that I read off. Everything else was like 2 catches for 70 yards, 2 for 20, 2 for 9, 3 for 77, 1 for 23 against Oklahoma. He's just a deep threat, and like I said, speed doesn't translate. But like Danny, like I said, Danny does more scouting than I do. But like when I'm looking at wide receivers, I look for the guys that have great hands and great route running. Because
Shout out Alex Pierce, bro.
route running will always transfer to the NFL.
Like no bias, like either. Like Alex Pierce is not a he's not a speedster whatsoever, but he can catch. He's a very good at catching contested balls, and he can get open. Even though he's not a 4.4 guy. I think he was like what a 4.8 something 4.7 4.8 guy. Like
Yeah, I mean,
if we don't re-sign him, bro.
if you look at most of the top
I'm
receivers in the
entering
NFL,
free agency.
like Jefferson was an elite route runner at LSU. What
CeeDee Lamb.
transferred the most? CeeDee Lamb was a great route runner at Oklahoma. Look at what transferred. CeeDee Lamb's best attribute as a player is
Is
his
his
route running, and he's always open.
I think he's like a top 3 route runner in the league.
Isn't his handle
Um,
always open? Whose Twitter handle is always open?
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown.
AJ Brown 1K always open.
But yeah, like I route running is my like. If you're not a good route runner in college, like I respectfully don't really care about your draft profile
Yeah.
because more than likely it's not going to transfer.
Shout out Kayshawn Booty. Joking. I'm joking.
No, he's a very interesting story,
Yeah.
especially for like me and Danny who are like super tapped in to like college football.
Ah, you come from LSU.
Kayshawn-
That's why receiver you, bro.
Kayshawn Booty was the #1 receiver in his class,
Yeah.
like recruit. Did nothing at LSU. I think he had like one really good year his freshman year, and then like did nothing else the rest of his career.
Sounds like a Patriot.
Um,
It sounds like a
and-
Patriot.
Like the entire like he was supposed to go like his last year in college. He had like a high draft profile because people were like, this guy like we've seen him do it. Like he can be that game changing wide receiver. Had a bad year, that's why he fell in the draft. But for
Here he
people that are
is.
tapped into like college football, like me and Danny, to see Kayshawn Booty really turn his career around with the Pats, at least for me, it's pretty cool to see. I
Yeah.
don't know if
Go
Danny,
fucking figure. It's the Patriots.
I hate seeing other teams happy.
Me
Oh,
too.
okay.
Me too.
Team Meteor this weekend.
Yes.
Anyone down? Meteors hit 2 stadiums.
Team
and
blow
no-
up.
yeah, no
Actually,
team goes to the Super Bowl.
Trump, if you're watching this, the ISIS compound's actually in Los Angeles. It's the Dodger Stadium. That's where they hide all their nukes, by the way. Just throwing that out there. That's where all the nukes
Oh my
are.
God. All right.
Just throwing it out there, man.
NFC Championship. Who's traveling to where? Is the Rams traveling to Seattle?
Rams
So
go to
the
Seattle.
Rams are going.
Seattle.
Yeah, Rams are going to Seattle. Seattle is like 2.5 point favorite.
Oh no,
Give me the
I got the
Rams.
Rams.
dude!
I
The
got the
12, the 12, bro.
I
The
have-
12,
I have Seattle.
the 12, bro.
50.
My
Stafford
reasoning
throws 4
for
picks.
picking the Rams here is
Experience.
that, and also I don't know if you guys remember the Thursday night football game where the Seahawks had the 2-point conversion.
It's a revenge game. They have a chip
Like
on
it
their
was
shoulder.
the weirdest 2-point conversion ever, where
Yeah.
like the ball was just standing on the ground and Charbonnet picked it up. Like without that play, the Rams sweep the Seahawks this year.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a matchup thing where the Rams match up really well against the Seahawks. But I'm hoping Seattle wins. I think they are overall the better football team. So hoping for that, but I have the Rams.
The
It's always
12.
been Rams Patriots, man.
There's one thing the Seahawks is known for. It's their crowd. I mean, they're called the 12th man for a reason. And this Seahawks crowd gets loud in the playoffs. It doesn't matter who's playing on that team. But give me the Rams. I guess we can talk about the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised the Patriots are only 5.5 point favorites.
It's the defense. It's the Broncos' defense.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just seeing that the Niners were like 7-point favorites against, or not the Seahawks were 7-point favorites against the Niners.
That's more than 7.
To see this game be a closer spread is a bit surprising. Is kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Because I think the talent disparity between these two rosters is larger than
People think.
the Rams to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have the Pats moving on pretty convincingly. Like I said, it would take a disaster for the Broncos to even keep this a 1-score game. I think. Yeah, I don't think this game's gonna be close.
Danny?
I have the Broncos.
This guy hates me.
And I'm talking final score of like 13-7. Like low scoring.
Are you actually dead ass?
Broncos, yeah.
That's the Broncos' only chance is if they
Yeah.
like.
That
keep it-
I
if
think
they keep the
literally-
point total under, if the final point total is under 20 or 25, I think the Broncos win. I just don't think that their offense is going to be able to stay on the field long enough to keep the defense fresh.
Yeah.
I think you guys are
literally,
just gonna wear him down.
I think it'll be one of the most gimmicky games ever played. I think it'll be a very undeserving win in the sense that like the Patriots will look like a better football team, but I think the Broncos will gimmick their way to a win. Take
J-Mo?
like 11 minutes off the clock every possession and just punt. Like,
I got the Pats. I just don't
I
think the
did-
Broncos' offense is like what Rick said. I'm just gonna echo that. Like the defense is gonna be out there forever. I think.
I did see a meme where it was Nick Foles and Eli Manning walking into a room with Sean Payton and saying that, telling Sean Payton that Bo Nix is hurt because the only way to stop the Patriots dynasty is to either have a average or backup quarterback, and Bo Nix was playing at too high of a level to be that caliber of guy, so they needed Jared Stidham to play.
Well, to be fair, Tom Brady did win a ring after the Eagles beat them. So
He did. No, he did. But the only way to beat them in the
Yeah.
moment,
just
Is to have a
some
backup.
random ass quarterback come in and win.
yeah, Mahomes was the starter the year the Patriots won the next year.
Yeah.
That wasn't an average quarterback that year.
I think we're gonna have an MVP off. I think the winner. Yeah, we're gonna have MVP off. Give me Pats Rams, bro. I have full faith in my team, bro.
All like the whole playoffs, I've had Rams. I had Rams Bills. Now it's Rams Pats, and it's not. I don't think it's gonna be close.
Give me Rams Pats, bro. I think it's the first time I picked my team all playoffs, but there's a obvious elephant in the room why I'm picking my team.
yeah,
But there's also a Jarrett
What?
Stidham revenge game, and yeah, Broncos defense.
Tom Brady replacement getting his revenge.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some weird voodoo shit to this, and I don't know. I'm overthinking it.
I also just feel like games like this, there's just because the Broncos have nothing to play for. If they score, 10 points, they're on cloud 9.
Yeah, they scored a
All it
touchdown. That
takes is-
stadium is rocking.
All it takes is Josh McDaniels to just
I will-
overthink it.
I will touch on that they're getting to Denver on Saturday, and if there's one thing you know about Denver is altitude. So they're gonna have.
See, I don't know why you're not trying to get there like
that's
Thursday or
that's
Friday,
what I'm
bro.
saying. We're traveling Saturday, bro. So. Say I'm nervous.
Somebody-
It's actually kind of crazy to say that I'm nervous, but
No, because I'd be shitting my pants if my team ever made a playoff again.
yeah.
I mean, it's just like me watching Duke in the first round of the March Madness. I'm nervous as shit, and we're playing fucking the School of the
Mercer.
Blind. Yeah. Hey, we don't say that. We don't say that. Or Lehigh. We don't say either of those.
That's a slur.
Hey, Lehigh's I have a few friends that went to Lehigh. They didn't play for the basketball team. They played for the football team, but Lehigh's
To
like
be
right
fair,
around
they
the
had
corner from
C.J.
me.
McCollum, who was a lottery pick. Like, it's
Yeah, he was. He
basketball,
was a
bro. That's all
fucking
you need.
dog.
All you need is one guy, man. All you
That's
need
my
is one guy
fucking
in basketball.
dog. That's always a fun debate that comes around March Madness is like, how bad of an NBA player could you get and throw on a 16 seed and end up winning the national championship?
Always one of the like 7-3 guys
Yeah,
who don't
it-
play.
Yeah.
Young
one of the-
Henson might.
It's always one of the
average a triple-double.
7-3 like former Purdue centers like.
Or the
probably
white guys who
international.
literally only, or the 5'10" white guy who literally only can shoot threes.
Wait, speaking of 5'10" white guys that can only shoot threes, who remembers Jimmer Fredette?
Jimmer.
Dude, that guy had the basketball world in a chokehold for about
Yes, he
3
did.
months.
Yeah.
Wait, that's actually like insane. Wait. Alex Forsythe, Troy Flinken, and Pat Bryant are all on the injury report for the Broncos. That's the center for the Broncos, and then we know who Troy Flinken and Pat Bryant are. So pretty big. Oh man. All right, J-Mo.
Oh wait.
What?
Baker is a wait. Can we pull up the Baker tweet?
Yeah, that's comedy.
Wait, the
what?
Baker
What's
tweet's
Baker?
actually good.
Send it to me. Can I show it on stream?
Yeah.
Just link it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sex is cool and all, but honestly, I miss my bestie. We're still live, by the way, buddy.
I know.
In the chat.
Oh,
the
I see.
reporting
I
chat.
see it.
Yeah, that's a great tweet.
Had a dumpster fire at quarterback and Cleveland Baker Mayfield and Charles Field. Failed it. It's great that reach well still waiting on his call from a shipped off a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice see your coach. Oh shit. Baker was the only reason why that team was successful, by the way. That guy was running
Dude, Baker
worlds.
Baker won them their first playoff game in like 25 years, and we're saying that Baker failed in Cleveland.
Yeah,
that's
Stefanski
insane.
effed up.
Like,
Stefanski
what?
effed up.
Stefanski just fucking wanted out, bro.
They're enjoying the Baker curse. That's what they're enjoying. They got the Baker curse. They shipped off Baker, so now they're in QB hell again.
Yeah. My God, dude. I don't want to watch this football game on Sunday.
Oh wait, I'm seeing the Brandon Ayuk stuff, Danny.
Like,
Brandon Ayuk daily on Instagram.
Wait, that's actually really good to see, though. Patriots are undefeated on the road.
This year?
Yeah, this year they're undefeated on the road. All right, Jimmo.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys win.
I'm praying, brother.
If the Patriots lose, no episode next week, guys. By the way,
No, I'm canceling the pod forever. You guys, you guys
we
can
We
figure
need
out
baseball.
OBS.
We got baseball, bro.
No,
Lock
no,
in.
no.
He's not excited for the baseball season either, JMO.
I know.
You guys,
I know.
you
but
guys,
you
can
guys
figure
have
out.
Rafael Devers, right? Superstar Rafael Devers.
No, we got Alex Bragg.
We have Marcelo Mayer and Roman Anthony.
And
We
Roman
got
Anthony.
Bo. We don't have Bo.
I
Yeah,
have
you
Huron
guys
Theater.
get ready to learn
Hey,
OBS. If the
Danny's-
Patriots lose to the
Get ready to
Broncos.
learn 81 and 81 again, Danny. You fucking shit stain.
Well, we're going 82 and 80, bro. If
Oh,
you weren't here for
wow.
81 and 81, don't be here at 83 and
Oh, before we
79.
Let's not get into
79.
baseball because
Before-
Rob Thompson and Dave Dabrowski have been talking the last 2 days, and it makes me want to go on another 25-minute rant about this.
yeah,
Somebody needs to throw water on Craig Breslow so his fucking circuits short out and he just
I
evaporates.
fully expect in the next hour or 3 or 4 that Cody Bellinger signs. By the way,
Please to the Phillies. please.
I'm fully
Like-
expecting a Cody Bellinger signing tonight.
Cody Bellinger's to the Rangers.
It's gonna be a New York team or 2 other teams.
Rob
I
Thompson
don't think he
looked
goes back.
Rob Thompson's looking Phillies fans in the eyes and said today that we're not running. it
Yeah, I
back.
saw that.
Yeah, yeah, and Dave Dombrowski is talking about how like they're
Sox legend.
he's the
They're
roster has
set.
all these
They're
great
set.
players or whatever. Yeah, we're gonna win 87 games, and you guys are gonna hear me rant about how Dave Dombrowski needs to be fired. This is the offseason that'll get him fired. Every other one, it's been like so. This one's been objectively bad in every aspect. I actually don't think he's done a single good thing this offseason. He could have done the opposite of every decision he made, and it would have been a better offseason. So,
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
someone hit stop recording before I get mad.
That does it for episode number 17. from the
18.
gentleman. 18 from the gentleman. Whatever.
He'll learn how to count next episode, guys. I promise.
No, I
I'm-
won't.
I'm-
No, I
I'm
won't.
Danny,
teaching him how to
Danny,
count.
Danny,
Look,
you
we're
can't
doing
pick the
after-show
Broncos.
lessons.
You can't pick the Broncos and do that celebration. What are you doing?
You know what, Danny? I'm with you. Broncos.
yeah.
Let's go, Pat.
Broncos. Go Broncos.
Dude, I hate you guys so much. That was that was so cool when Pop scored a touchdown. You see Vrabel do it with his. That was so cool. I love Mike Vrabel, bro. All right, my bad, Jim. Go for it.
We'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you guys hanging out, showing all the love. Glad we're being more consistent with this. This is fun. And yeah, good luck X this weekend, man. Let's go Pats.
I'll strip if we win.
And oh, please. And we'll see you guys next time.